I have never been more bullish on Illuvium than I am right now. And for anyone that knows me and knows this channel, you know that that is really saying something, okay? I'm going to go through some of the leaks in today's Illuvium showcase, and the one at the end, the fifth one I'm going to show you, is the most important. I'm going to tell you why this is a big, big deal for Illuvium and why it could foster mainstream adoption on its own, okay? It's a game changer and something we kind of knew what was happening, but it just feels so much more real now. And it's really, really important to understand the impact this is going to have on Illuvium and why this is going to make Illuvium not just the best Web3 game ever, but it's going to give it its own like notoriety in the Web2 space. Okay, let's jump into it. The first one I would jump into is some of these animated NFTs. I really, really love these. We're not going to spend too much time on them because we've seen a lot of them now, but I really, really love these. So let's check this one out. You can see the Vermilion just feels so alive, and that's really, really important for this, is that these things just are getting more and more personality. I like how its eyes are different to everyone else's. They're like glowing blue, but it just feels so alive. And that's something that we'll never ever get from Pokemon. We'll never ever get it from most games. And Illuvium is doing it. And they're front loading all the work. Grant talks about it in this video, but they're front loading all the work. So when they go to make a video or a movie or an animated series or whatever it might be, they could take these models, give it to the animators, and cut down on so much work. And they're very excited to do that. So these NFTs are just incredible. We'll jump to the next one. It's the polar bear
in the game.
And as I'll let Grant speak about this one because he speaks about it really, really well. I'll leave you with him for a moment. Unfortunately, my camera's covering.
You've got this platform that's like this really mocked up. It just looks terrible, right? It's a placeholder. And instead, like they've got a version where the stats are on the right-hand side of the screen. You notice how we've got that empty space on the left and right of the character?
Yes.
That's where the stats for the Illuvium will be. The UI is full screen around this.
So is that going to be, you know, obviously their affinity, it's going to have their class, it's going to have everything on the left and right. Got it. So at a glance, you can see all of the attributes of your NFT in addition to the art.
Of course. It wasn't.
So basically, as it stands right now, you basically have your Illuvium that sits on that little podium and all your stats and things. But what Grant says is that they're animating these NFTs not just for the sake of it, not just so they're cool NFTs or whatever it might be. This is all integrated into the game, which is really, really important to understand here, is that they're animated and they look fantastic and things because that's all a part of the experience of the game. And the UI and everything will accompany this. Whereas these things are animated, standing in the middle, looking super cool. You've got their stats popping up on the left to the right, their class, their affinity, all the rest of it. And it's just all integrated. It's all part of one holistic picture, which is going to be really important moving forward. It just makes the gameplay and enhances the game that much more. Okay, we jump into the next one. So this one's really, really cool. And they're meteors flying down onto the arena. And I'm going to tell you why this is important. It's because this is a part of the new legendary augment stuff that's going to be happening as we move into PvP and things like that. And what that's telling me right now is that Illuvium isn't just doing TFT. Now, I always knew it had a lot of things that it was doing differently and it had some uniqueness and all the rest of it, but it's taking it to that whole other level. They're now starting to create things that aren't just Illuvials, but they're creating things that impact the way everything looks, the board, all the rest of it. And they're adding this entire new level of gameplay on top of it. The big thing is it enhances the cinematic battles. We always knew they were at the heart of Illuvium. They're going to make what makes it stand out, especially on the esports scene. But now we've got these legendary augments. They're going to make the entire battlefield that much more cinematic and that much more interesting every time you play, since they're randomized at the start of each game. And it's going to add just so much more to it. I can't even put it into words anymore. I'm not even going to go on to it. How cool does this look? It's going to be so much better than any other auto chess game that anyone even might be working on right now. They are not doing this. Okay, the next one to look at is some of the new regions in Illuvium 0. You can see so much more of the map, and you'll be able to zoom out and see your entire city. This was something I, like many others, were quite disappointed we couldn't see when Illuvium 0 first came out. You couldn't zoom out and see the entire city. It kind of defeated the purpose of building up this grand city in a sense, but It wasn't that bad or anything, but just these new maps, they look so incredible. I'm so glad the team listened and has started implementing these things. This is the sort of thing you can do in Web 3 and you cannot do so well in Web 2. They just look so cool. I might need to get myself a Brightland Steps, to be honest. Brightland Step looks sick. I'm missing some of the regions I really want. It's really sad. It is what it is. Okay, and this last leak is the most important and the one key reason I think Illuvium is going to dominate. And that is this, okay? Now, I'm going to level with you. I've bought some of the Battleboard skins in TFT. Okay, that's partly where I'm coming from here. But look at this Battleboard skin, okay? It is next level. You have all the Mozart drones or Gaudi or whatever floating around the outside of it. And you can view it all, okay? Like when you're playing the battle, you can zoom around and you can look at the camera from all different angles. This Battleboard skin, okay? I don't think it took whoever built this too long. I can't remember who it was. I have no idea how hard it was to do or whatever. I'm not going to assume to know that. But this thing looks unbelievable. And why does that matter? Okay? NFT gaming has been a failure up until this point. No one's been able to pull it off. Why is that? Every single time someone buys an NFT, it's so that they can sell it at a higher price a year down the road. Okay? That's been the staple of NFTs for quite some time now. Gaming and not gaming. Okay? I think Illuvium is striving to change that, but the mentality isn't going to change until the product becomes good enough. This battle board shows me exactly that. Let's look at it again. This battle board, if I were to buy one of these from Illuvium, I don't care if 1,000 existed, 10,000 existed, or if they were unlimited. I couldn't give two shits, all right? I'm being very honest. I could not care less. I will buy this because this enhances the gameplay and makes it look so much cooler. This is better than some Fortnite skin, all right? This thing looks like you just have to have it because it enhances the game you're already enjoying playing. And once the NFTs get to that point, that is when blockchain gaming will become successful. I think this marks that milestone, not just for Illuvium, but for the entirety of Web3. I don't think anyone will dispute with you that if they enjoy playing Illuvium, this is something that's on their wish list, not because they can resell it at a higher price, but because they want it to play with it and play the game at a higher level and really enjoy the aesthetics and the beauty of it all. I know I'm putting this weird spin on it, but that is truly what this means to me and what this means to Web3 gaming. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Don't forget to register for the Overworld Private Beta 2. It's in pinned comment and in the description. You will not want to miss out on Illuvium overall and all its gameplay aspects. Register for that beta now, or you are really missing out. Have a good day, guys.